Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Today we just concluded an informal and exploratory dialogue among representatives from the government security sector and the academe as a confidence-building measure to foster better understanding on some pressing national issues. We are honored of the gracious presence of DILG Secretary Eduardo Año, Dr. Prospero de Vera, Chair of the Commission on Higher Education, University of the Philippines President Dr. Danilo Concepcion, and members of the UP Board of Regents, Polytechnic University of the Philippines President Dr. Emmanuel de Guzman, and representatives from the Ateneo de Manila University and De La Salle University. We are thankful to the officials of the academe for enlightening us on academic freedom and how we can best serve the students and the academic community. We hope that today's meeting will usher a series of dialogues and consultation to explore common ground where government and the academe can fulfill its respective mandates. For our part in the security sector, PNP seeks to build stronger collaboration among stakeholders employing the whole-of-nation approach and protect campuses against criminal activities, drug syndicates, and shadowy organizations that promote and espouse local communist armed conflict against government through force and violence. Upon mutual agreement with the acceptable to school authorities, we want to engage our students on ensuring public safety, which are the mandated duties of the police. We only have the best interests of the youth backing our pure good intention to establish police presence in schools against crime, exploitation, and abuse. We assure the public and the academe that we will do our best to fulfill our sworn duty to serve and protect. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, sir. On the topic first question. We would like to hear it.
Kala ko question na lang. On behalf of the Commission on Higher Education, we'd like to thank the security sector led by Secretary Ed Año, Secretary Charlie Galvez, the Department of National Defense, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and the PNP for this initiative to sit down with selected university presidents to find common ground on how we can work together. This is an initiative that actually started last year, but it took some time before we can bring all the personalities together. So we're happy this initial meeting happened. We look forward to more meetings of the same kind. On the part of the Commission, last year we launched our campaign for safe and healthy campuses. And part of the Safe and Healthy Campus initiative of the Commission is to produce campuses that are safe from not only crime, but safe from extremism. And we are rolling out programs with universities to make this happen. So this initiative that we have this afternoon is consistent with the program of the Commission to create safe and healthy campuses in the Philippines. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We will now entertain questions, sir, from our friends from the media or questions na, sir. Okay, sir. Up, sir. Okay, sir. So the first question will be coming from Raymond, then Maris.
General ALBAYALDE, sir, good afternoon. And the members of the other officials from the academy. Sir, na-discuss na ba rito yung proposal, yung payagan na yung mga pulis at sundalo to patrol the campuses, and was there any consensus that was reached if ever it was discussed?
Wala pa yon. No? We'll have to discuss that on the following series of dialogues. As what I have said, umpisa pa lang ito. And then we'll be probably talking about the detailed program kung paano tayo yung hindi ito encroachment, no? This is just an access. Ang tawag nila is just an access. Actually, it's a limited access. dito sa mga universities natin. It's an exchange of information actually. No, it's not militarization. Let us disabuse our minds on the word militarization na masyadong abusong paggamit. Ito rin po yung napagkasunduan namin na there's no such thing as militarization in the different schools.
Still on the topic first, Maris.
Sir, good afternoon. So, in this initial dialogue that you've had, what has been the agreement? Kung halimbawa, you haven't gone yet to the portion where the police and military will be allowed to enter the campuses, what has been agreed upon this afternoon?
A lot of what have been achieved in this first meeting is really to clear the air. Number one, on discussions of what are the real issues that we are dealing with, what steps can be taken, looking from the perspective both of the security sector and the academe. I think a lot of the media hype attached to this is because sometimes we use very loosely a lot of words that generate conflict rather than generate agreement, like the word militarization. Anything that has got something to do with the security sector is automatically labeled militarization. Academic freedom, for example. There are a lot of concepts that the security sector and the academic sector may define differently. And so our session this afternoon was just discussing what it means from both sides and also discussing what initiatives have been done in other areas. I think the other thing that the media should recognize is the situation of campuses in the Philippines are very different geographically. Oftentimes what is covered are issues that are only in Metro Manila. But in many parts of the country, the relationship between the PNP, the AFP, and the universities is very, very close. There is no problem in terms of coordination. There's no problem in sharing of information, in sharing of crime statistics, and helping each other. But sometimes it is the stories in Metro Manila that tend to make it appear that the academe and the military and the police sector are always fighting each other in the whole country. That is not the case. I know because I chair all the state universities and colleges in the country. And in many state universities, their relationship with the PNP and the AFP is very, 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 very strong. So one of the things that we're looking at is what can we learn from these good areas of cooperation that we can also use in other universities. For example, maybe the media should know, you can Google this. In the United States, there is called the Clery Act. This is a law that requires all universities to provide crime statistics to their community, to the parents, to the students. And to produce crime statistics, they have to work with the police in the area. Why do you need these crime statistics? So they can prepare the students for the dangers outside the campus, so the students know where to go. If there is a problem, if there is random shooting, for example, it is required by law. So that when policies are made in universities, they are evidence-based, they are based on real information. We don't have that requirement in the Philippines. And sometimes, the fact that the academicians and the police don't work together, if crime happens, the police cannot help. And those inside the academe do not have training in police matters, so they also do not know what to do in times that there are conflict inside the campuses.
Okay, sir, just to follow up on that, kasi probably the reason why, as you've mentioned, this has been hyped, is because there was a previous agreement between the police or the military or the defense, the Department of National Defense, and the UP, the University of the Philippines, that police and military cannot enter the campus. So, mababago na po ba itong agreement na ito? Kasi meron ding sinasabi before si PNP Chief Albayalde na it's primarily for public safety and peace and order purposes. Pero ang sinasabi po kasi ni Senator Bato, ang mga militante raw pinapayagang basta-basta lang makapasok, bakit ang mga pulis hindi pwede? Gusto rin naman nila daw makadialog ang mga estudyante dahil may mga iba raw na naeengganyo yung mga militante na sumali sa kanilang grupo pero ang mga pulis walang pagkakataon na makaengganyo rin na mga gusto namang sumali sa kanila. So, the first question is, with regards to the agreement, may chance ba na mabago na itong agreement na ito na between the Department of National Defense and the military and police or the law enforcement sector na hindi pwedeng pumasok? And for what purpose exactly is this parang for you to allow the policemen to enter the campuses?
Even when I was not yet chair of CHED, when I was vice president of UP, I have already taken the position to review this agreement. Because I think what should be looked at is, what is the capacity of the UP police and the security guards to really enforce, peace and order inside the campus. I have called for a review of that a long time ago. Ano bang skills ng UP police? Kasi pag may krimen sa loob ng campus, do they have the necessary skills to apprehend? We should not be expecting those in the academe to become policemen. They don't have the skills. They don't have the training. And maybe what the media should investigate is what is the capability really of the UP police to handle the drug problem inside the campus. Because there are portions of the UP campus identified as areas where there is a prevalence of drugs, for example. May capacity ba to do that? So, in something as simple as working together to train the UP police, I think that is already part of the review of the agreement that we can look at. Sharing of information. I don't know the capacity of the UP police to generate information about the statistics and the situation of crime inside the campus.
So again, just for clarification, if ever this will be reviewed and amended, it will be just primarily for the purposes of public safety and peace and order.
Of course.
And getting, for example, getting into the source of the drugs, etc. inside the campus. Kasi, sir, can we just get your take on what Senator Bato said, that the purpose also for letting the policemen or the military to inside the campuses is for them to be able to also have a dialogue with the students and be able to recruit as well, just like the militants.
I don't know what General Bato said. You'll have to ask him about that. No? But
Pero hindi yun maisa sa alang-alang pag nagkaroon kayo ng mga succeeding dialogues?
depende kasi sa review eh. Ang bottom line is, how safe is UP from violent extremism, for example? If there are suicide bombers that will get inside UP, does the university have the capability to even know the threat? I am not certain if that is the situation. Ganun ka-basic. The drug situation inside the campus, it is worrisome because I have seen reports that there is a prevalence of the drug problem inside the campus. Does the UP police have the capability to address that problem? Very
Since
basic,
when, sir,
very basic.
itong drug problem sa UP, and you've mentioned that it has become worrisome already, since when
Last
is this
administration
problem?
pa, I was still vice president.
Vice President?
Yes, at that
Tapos wala pang nangyayari?
Walang nangyayari eh.
At mas lumala pa ba?
No. Ibig sabihin, walang review yung ginagawa. I have called for a review a long time ago already. And that is on record, by the way, that I have called for a review a long
Okay,
time.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, on the same topic, sir, one of the perceptions kasi on the statements that yung PNP could enter UP and other campuses is that you could freely patrol UP, for instance. So, with your dialogue, does it change your position na dapat ganun ang sistema? And to Secretary De Vera, okay lang ba yun na patrol? Isa yun sa yung regular patrol?
No, isa-isahin natin kasi pinagsasama-sama nyo lahat eh. Lagi sinasabi, papasukin ka agad. The first step is to develop common protocols between the university and and the police. What do you mean by common protocols? It can be as basic as information sharing. Kasi ngayon, kung talagang hindi kayo nag-uusap, wala kayong agreement, the UP police does not have information on the crime situation, the drug situation inside the campus because they don't have the capability to do that. The PNP has better capability to do that. It can start from very basic sharing of protocols. It can be common training so that the standards of enforcement of the UP police will be up to par. Okay. Wag muna natin pag-usapan yung pag may protocol, papasukin. But eventually, if the crime needs the help of the PNP, I do not see any reason why they cannot help the university enforce it. Unless you're saying that the UP police is better than the PNP. If you can say that, then the UP police can say, we can handle everything. Do they have the capacity to handle, for example, the drug problem? Do they have the capacity to handle extremism? If they don't have, then we better do something to improve it because the safety of students, faculty, administrators, and families inside the campus are at risk. Ganun muna ang pag-usapan natin, step by step. Hindi yung pag meron kayong agreement, you will see police detachments inside, you see roving patrols. That is the exaggerated hype that comes from the media. It can be as basic as sharing of crime information. Pwedeng magsimula doon. Oh.
From the other side,
Yeah.
militants, not from the media.
Kasi ganun sir yung naging perception and way of reporting because of some of the statements themselves na ganun ang palabas. Kasi nagkaroon ng perception na what the PNP is pushing actually is to conduct regular patrol inside campuses na normally ginagawa. Ganyan ang perception.
Ang proposal ko sa media, pumunta kayo sa loob ng UP, imbestigahan nyo ang capacity ng UP Police. If they will show that they have better capability from the PNP, then there is no need to develop any protocols. You have the capability to do investigation. Why don't you check on their capacity to enforce basic law and order inside the campus? Hindi ko na sasabihin, kayo na ang maghusga. You do the interviews, you talk to homeowners, do they feel safe, what are the crime statistics? If you find out that they don't have the capability, then maybe we should start talking about working together.
Sir, on the part
Yeah.
ng PNP, even before walang initiative on the part ng PNP to reach out, for example, to UP and other universities na magkaroon ng mga trainings or on crime awareness.
Meron tayong mga best practices in other universities. Sa mga ibang regions. As what we have discussed today, we found out that there are several best practices already between the PNP and the different universities in the different places or in different regions. Meron naman yan. Sabi nga, we just setting the ground dito for a common goal. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you to our guests.
Good Secretary, sir. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much to Secretary Galvez of OPAP, Chairperson De Vera of CHED, and Mr. Jimenez of UP Board of Regent.